movie trailer is a promise, a carefully edited vision of what awaits you on the other side of a cinema seat. But when the final product doesn't match that vision, the audience doesn't just feel let down, it feels misled. So why do studios keep doing it? And why does it keep working on us? To understand why trailers lie, we must understand their evolution. In the early days of cinema, movie trailers were literally just text cards that say things like, "the greatest spectacle ever filmed." However, this was a subjective exaggeration, because a low-budget Western nobody's ever heard of was sold with the same hype as a high-budget movie like Gone with the Wind. In the blockbuster era, marketing became as important as the film. The strategy shifted from text to editing. The trailer for Alien in 1979 was a masterpiece of psychological manipulation. A siren sound, rapid cuts of an egg cracking, no plot explanation, just pure, distilled terror. And it worked. People flooded theaters expecting to have their minds blown by cosmic horror. And they did. But here's the thing. Alien pioneered what the industry now calls impressionistic marketing, selling a feeling instead of a story, which sounds artistic until you realize that strategy also allows marketers to completely misrepresent what the movie actually is. Remember the 90s? When every trailer had the legendary Don LaFontaine doing voiceovers.
This time, there are two. Terminator 2.
He wasn't just adding dramatic flair, he was imposing narrative structure onto movies that didn't have any. He'd record a voiceover that made a disjointed mess sound like a coherent epic. But the 2000s? That's when things went into overdrive. Welcome to the digital age, where trailer houses, third-party agencies, are hired to cut the most hype-inducing preview possible. These editors often work with raw footage before the director's final cut exists. They were constructing a mini-movie based on what tests well with focus groups, not based on what the director intended. Translation? The trailer editor's job isn't to represent the film accurately. It's to win the bake-off, the competition between agencies where the most exciting trailer wins the contract. And this is where things get dark. Let's talk about how they pull it off. Marketing agencies deploy three powerful psychological strategies to craft a trailer experience that guarantees you'll buy a ticket. First, the halo effect. Studios put the best 2 minutes of cinematography, the single funniest joke, the most jaw-dropping action sequence into the trailer. Your brain sees this and assumes the entire 120-minute movie maintains that quality. But here's where it gets truly diabolical. Even when you start watching the movie and it's not great, your brain fights against admitting you made a bad choice. It's called cognitive dissonance. You paid $20. You told your friends it would be awesome. You want to believe the trailer wasn't misleading. So your brain does mental gymnastics to convince you the movie is better than it is, at least for the first hour or so. By the time you admit defeat, the studio has your money and your opening weekend attendance boosting their box office numbers. Nothing illustrates this better than Suicide Squad in 2016. When the trailer first dropped, it was all neon-soaked chaos. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn doing acrobatics, Will Smith cracking jokes. It looked like Guardians of the Galaxy, but with villains. Irreverent, funny, visually stunning. The hype was astronomical. But here's what happened behind the scenes. Warner Brothers was panicking. Batman v Superman had just underperformed. They needed a hit, so they looked at that trailer, which was cut by the agency Trailer Park, and made a catastrophic decision. According to multiple industry reports, they hired the trailer house to re-edit the actual movie to match the trailer's tone. The trailer's illusion was so effective that they dismantled their own film to make it more like the version in the trailer they'd sold to audiences. The result? A tonal disaster. A dark, somber war movie awkwardly stitched together with neon comedy beats. Critics savaged it. Audiences felt betrayed. But opening weekend? 133 million domestic. The strategy worked, and that's all that mattered. Second strategy is Kuleshov effect. Lev Kuleshov, a former filmmaker and theorist, demonstrated that an audience derives meaning not from a single shot, but from the collision of two sequential shots. Trailer editors use this to manufacture conflict. A case study would be the trailer for Captain America: Civil War. In shot A, we see Bucky Barnes taking a shot with a sniper rifle. In shot B, War Machine takes a hit out of the sky. The illusion here is your brain immediately connects the dots. Bucky shot Rhodey. It establishes Bucky as the villain. But in the reality, these scenes aren't even connected. In the movie, it was Vision who accidentally hit Rhodey with his beams. The editors used this strategy to frame Bucky for a crime he didn't commit, purely to sell the conflict of the movie. Another famous example using the Kuleshov effect to fabricate a major plot twist would be the trailer for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. In shot A, Rey speaks, looking distressed.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
In shot B, Kylo Ren extends his hand toward the camera in a welcoming gesture. To the audience watching the trailer, this infers that Rey is asking Kylo for help and is about to join the dark side. The meaning created is betrayal. But in the actual movie, these two shots are from completely different scenes. Rey is actually speaking to Luke Skywalker, communicating through the Force. Kylo Ren is extending his hand to Rey in a totally different context later in the film. The trailer editor stitched them together to create a fake alliance. Which brings us to the third strategy: the musical swell, dopamine hit. Modern trailers don't just use music, they weaponize your nostalgia with a specific audio formula. They take a culturally significant song, something that instantly triggers a memory, and then they inject it with what the industry calls trailerization. The perfect example? The first Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. The second you hear that signature kick drum from New Order's Blue Monday, your brain releases a hit of dopamine. You recognize it. You know the era. The connection is instant. This then tricks your brain into feeling like the stakes of the song have been raised to match the stakes of the movie. But here is the catch. Did the movie actually feel like this? No. Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't a cool, driving synth-pop thriller. It was a sentimental, campy homage to 70s cinema. Blue Monday isn't even in the movie. The trailer used the musical swell to launder the tone, tricking you into thinking you were getting a sleek action blockbuster when you were actually going to watch a body-swap rom-com. Or go back to the grandfather of this trope, Avengers: Age of Ultron. They took the "I've Got No Strings" song from Pinocchio and slowed it down into a creepy horror movie anthem. It promised us a psychological thriller with a terrifying god-complex robot. But because of the dopamine hit of recognizing a childhood Disney song, we didn't realize we were just being sold another quip-heavy action movie until we were already in the theater watching the worst of all the 4 Avengers movies.
You know, with the benefit of hindsight.
So why do studios risk their reputation to give us misleading trailers? The answer lies in the opening weekend model. Modern blockbusters make 30 to 40% of their total gross in the first 72 hours. If your movie is bad, you know word of mouth will influence numbers by Saturday night. Social media will come for you, and review sites would show no mercy. So the calculation becomes, get as many people in theater seats on Friday night. Make your money before everyone realizes the movies didn't deliver what was promised in the trailer, and move on to the next project. And here's the interesting part. Marketing budgets now often rival production budgets. Studios spend $150 million making a movie, and another $150 million marketing about what it is. Think about that. Let me tell you about 4-quadrant pressure, because this is where things get truly interesting. Studios need movies to appeal to 4 demographics: men under 25, men over 25, women under 25, women over 25. But what if your movie only appeals to 1 quadrant? Say it's a hard sci-fi drama that men over 25 will love, but nobody else cares about. The trailer editor gets a mandate. Cut a version that shows the romantic subplot to attract women, even if that romance is 3% of the runtime. Cut a version emphasizing explosions to attract younger men, even if there are only 2 action scenes. Create the illusion of broad appeal to capture all four quadrants, knowing full well that those elements shown in the trailers are less than 5% of the runtime. But hey, they bought tickets, right?
Yes! Yeah!
Here's the thing though, not all misleading trailers are malicious. Marvel Studios famously edited the Avengers Infinity War trailer to show the Hulk running into battle in Wakanda. Except in the actual movie, Bruce Banner can't transform. This strategy protected the plot twist. Same with the omission of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield from the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. And you know what? Most audiences forgave them, because there's a difference between a fake noble lie that preserves theatrical magic and a predatory lie that masks a garbage product. The question is, who gets to decide which is which? And before you think this is just a Hollywood problem, let me take you around the world. In Bollywood, trailers promise masala: action, romance, comedy, drama, all in one package. The deception? Hit songs featured prominently in trailers that only play over the end credits, tricking audiences into expecting a musical spectacle they never get. In China, marketing for films like The Wandering Earth emphasizes visual effects scale to compete with Hollywood and exaggerates the role of Western actors, plastering someone who has a 2-minute cameo all over the posters to secure international prestige and box office. This isn't a bug. It's a global feature. The misleading art of movie trailers is a symptom of an industry where the marketing budget often rivals the production budget. As long as the box office model relies on opening weekend dominance, this strategy would be here for a long time. The success of the Spider-Man No Way Home and the Avengers movies is a proof. For now, the viewer must remain vigilant. In the cinema, seeing is not believing. Seeing is merely marketing. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. What's the most deceptive trailer you've ever fallen for? The one that made you feel genuinely betrayed? I want to hear your stories. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.